Hi lovelies, let me hope you're fine. Well, I'm so happy that I'm back again. It's really been a while since I last uploaded, but thank God I am back. Let me hope you've been doing great. Well, I welcome the new members to the family. Thank you very much for joining. I am so grateful. Let's just keep this going. So I am back with an amazing tutorial, and today we are going to look at how to make crochet shorts. These are really so beautiful. I love them already, and I know you are going to do the same. So let's jump into our tutorial. You are going to start by getting the hips measurements of the person you are going to make the shorts for, and I have already made mine, and my measurements are going to be 40 inches. So we are now going to make a chain that is going to equate to the hips measurements. And for a chain, you start by making a slip knot. I rotate my yarn around my finger and then pull it out. I then bring my hook right here in the middle and pull this behind yarn. So this is a slip knot. After that, I am going to yarn over, pull through. I am making a chain. I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, up to when I have something that I can stretch to my hips measurements of 40 inches. This can stretch to 40 inches, and I am now going to get my hook and come right here in the very first chain that I made, and I slip stitch. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. So we have joined the chain. After that, I am going to chain one and then turn my work. So when I turn my chain, I am going to start by placing a half double crochet right here in this very same space. I come right here, I yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, I again yarn over, come into this very next chain, this one, I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, I again yarn over, come to the very next one, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, I yarn over and pull through. This is a half double crochet. After that, I am going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I then yarn over. So I'm going to skip 3 stitches down here, 1, 2, 3, and then come to this 4th one, and I place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, I again yarn over, come to the 2nd one and place there a half double crochet, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, come right here in the 3rd one and place there a half double crochet. After that, I am going to chain 3 and again yarn over. I skip 3 stitches down here, 1, 2, 3, come to the 4th one and I place there a half double crochet. I again yarn over, come to the next stitch, place there a half double crochet, yarn over, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. So we are going to be placing 3 double crochets in 3 stitches, and after that you just chain 3, and after chaining 3 you yarn over and skip 3 stitches, 3 chains down here, 1, 2, 3, you come to the 4th chain and you place there a half double crochet, you come to the 5th one, place there a half double crochet, and the 6th one you place there a half double crochet. After that you just chain 3 and yarn over, skip 3 stitches down here, 1, 2, 3, come to this one, place there a half double crochet, you come to the next one, place there a half double crochet, come to the next one as well and place there a half double crochet. After that you chain 3 again. So let me do this and get back to you when I have reached the end of the line. I have come to the end of the line, so you are going to make sure that your work is properly folded, and after that you come on top of this very first half double crochet that we made and you slip stitch, you yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that you have on the hook. After that you are going to chain 1 and then turn your work. After turning your work, you are going to come in this space and you slip stitch to this space, yarn over, pull through. So For our next line, where we've been having a chain 3 space, it's where we are going to be placing our half double crochets. So I'm going to start with a chain 2. A chain 2 is a half double crochet, a yarn over, come place there 2 more half double crochets. So this will be my second one to make it a total of 3. After that, I chain 3 to 3, I yarn over, come to this next space, and I place there 3 half double crochets. So that is the first one, this will be the second one, and then this will be the third one. I chain 3, 1 2 3, come to this next space and place there 3 double crochets. So that is the first one, this will be the second one, and then this will be the third one. I chain 3, I come to this space and place there 3 half double crochets. So this is going to be the pattern for this line. You are going to be placing half double crochets in a chain 3 spaces, and you place a chain 3 on top of the previous 3 half double crochets. So let me do this and get back to you when I am at the end of this line as well. At the end of my line, I'm just going to come on top of this chain 2 that I made, and I slip stitch and over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. After that, I chain 1 and then turn my work. So when I turn my work, I am going to come in this space and I slip stitch to the space. After that, I start with a chain 2. Remember, a chain 2 is 1 half double crochet. I then yarn over, place 2 more half double crochets in this space to make it a total of 3. After that, I chain 3, I yarn over, come to this space and place there 3 half double crochets. So this will be the second one, and then this will be the third one. I chain 3 again, come to the next space and place there 3 half double crochets. This will be the third one. I again chain 3, 2 and 3, come to the next space and place there 3 half double crochets. So this is going to be the pattern. You are going to be considering the space that you have. Like in this space, it's where we are going to be placing the 3 half double crochets. So I come here, place there 3 half double crochets. I'm going to do this up to the end of the line, and after this line I am just going to do 2 more lines to make it a total of 5. This is a waistband, so my waistband is going to be made up of 5 lines, and let me get back to you when I am done with that. So I am done with my 5 lines, and this is how my waistband looks like. So we are now going to start with the body of our shorts, and we are going to change the pattern. At this point, you are again going to grab your measuring tape and you measure 4 inches at the end of each side. So I come right here and measure my 4 inches. They are going to stop right here. You are now going to get a stitch marker, but since I don't have one, I am literally going to get one soon. Sorry, not even just one, I'm literally going to get some stitch markers soon, and I use my different color of yarn to mark this point. I then also come on this side and mark my 4 inches. So on this side, my 4 inches will stop around here. I come and also mark this point. I bring my yarn and mark this point. After marking this point, I am just going to turn my work on this other side and do the same thing. I come right here, measure my 4 inches. So my 4 inches will stop right here in the same line. Hope you can see that it's in the same line with these previous 4 inches. So I come and mark this point. I come and do the same thing on this other side. My 4 inches will stop right here. I also come and mark this point. After marking, I am just going to come and cut off my yarn. So I am going to come right here where my inches, where I marked. I get my marker out. I come and reattach my yarn right here. I reattach it. So I am now going to be placing double crochets in this space from here up to here, and from this point where I marked up to the point where I marked on this other side, I am going to be placing there a shell stitch. So let me start with placing. I have already chained one, so I am going to chain one more to make it 1/2 double crochet. I'm now going to yarn over and place a 1/2 double crochet in this very next chain. I can place there a 1/2 double crochet. I yarn over, come to the very next one and place there a 1/2 double crochet. I come right here, place there a 1/2 double crochet. I yarn over, come right here, place there a 1/2 double crochet. Come here, place there a 1/2 double crochet. I come right here and place there a 1/2 double crochet. Come here, place there a 1/2 double crochet. Well, I'm going to do this up to when I reach this point here. So well, I have reached my marked point, and here where I have put my last 1/2 double crochet is where I had marked. So from this point up to this marked one, we are going to be changing the pattern, and we are going to put shells in this space. So I am going to chain one and then yarn over. I am now in the chain 3 that we made here. We are going to be considering the second chain. So this was the first one, this will be the second one, and in this second one we are going to place there a shell. And for a shell, I mean 2/2 double crochets. That is one. This will be the second one. 2/2 double crochets, chain one and yarn over, and I again place 2/2 double crochets in this very same space. So this is the second one. After that, I chain one, so this is a shell. After chaining one, I am going to yarn over and then come in this. We are only going to be considering this chain 3 that we made. So I'm going to come in my next chain 3 and I count 1, 2. I come to the second one and I again place there a shell. For a shell, I mean 2 double crochets in one space, chain one. Again in the very same space, I place there 2/2 double crochets. After that, I chain one, I yarn over, come to my next chain. I count 1, 2. I come to the second one and I place there a shell, 2/2 double crochets, chain 2, and again in the very same space I place there 2/2 double crochets. So this will be the second one. I chain one. Well, I am going to come and do the same thing in this next chain and then get back to you when I have reached my marked point. Well, I have chained one already. I'm going to come and then get this yarn that I used for marking out. I yarn over and come in this very chain that I had marked and I place there a 1/2 double crochet. I yarn over, come to the very next one and place there a 1/2 double crochet. I yarn over, come to the next one, place there a 1/2 double crochet. Come to the next one and place there a 1/2 double crochet. So I am going to be placing 1/2 double crochets in each and every chain up to when I get to this marked point. This is my marked point, and I'm going to come and I get this yarn out. So I'm going to yarn over and come place a 1/2 double crochet in this stitch. After that, I am going to chain one and yarn over. So I come to my next chain in the second one, 1, 2, and I place there a shell. A shell, I mean 2 1/2 double crochets, you chain 1, and again in the very same space you place there 2 half double crochets. After that I chain 1, come to the very next chain in the second one and place there a shell. Well, I'm going to place shells in the second chain of each and every chain, and let me get back to you when I have reached this point. I have chained 1 already, so I am going to come on top of this very first half double crochet that I have, and I slip stitch, I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. After that I'm going to start with a chain 2. A chain 2 means 1 half double crochet. Our next line, things are just going to be exact. We are going to be placing the half double crochets on top of each and every half double crochet and shells on top of the previous shells. So I'm going to yarn over and come in this very next stitch, this one, and I place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, come to the next one and place there a half double crochet. Yarn over, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, come to the next one and place there a half double crochet as well. So I'm going to do this and get back to you when I have reached this shell part. Well, always place a half double crochet in this very last stitch, and after that you just chain 1 and then yarn over. So we are now going to be putting shells on top of shells, and I'm going to come in this chain 1 space and I place there my shell. That is 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and again in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. After that I'm going to chain 1, I yarn over and come in the middle of this very next shell, and I place there a shell as well, 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and 2 half double crochets again in the very same space. I chain 1 and come on top of this one and do the same. So let me get back to you when I am back to this point. I have chained 1 already, and I'm going to just yarn over and come on top of this very first half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I come to the next one, place there a half double crochet, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet at the next one as well. So I'm going to do this, placing half double crochets in each and every stitch. Make sure that you do not skip any up to when I reach this point of the shells. Again, I'm done placing my very last half double crochet, and I'm going to chain 1, I yarn over and then come in the middle of this shell, and I place there a shell. What we are going to do with the shells is what we have done with this side of the shells. Remember, we have 2 sides of shells, so I come and place there my shell. After placing a shell, I chain 1 and then come in the middle of the next shell, and I place there a shell. So I'm going to be placing shells on top of shells and then half double crochets on top of half double crochets. So let me do this and get back to you when I am at the end of this line here. I'm done chaining 1, and I'm going to come on top of this second chain that made our first half double crochet, and I slip stitch. After slip stitching, I am again going to start with chaining 2. You start the line with a chain 2 to make 1 half double crochet. I then yarn over and come to this very next stitch, and I place there a half double crochet. Come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. Come to the next one and place there a half double crochet as well, and the next one. I'm going to do this and get back to you when I have reached that side, our first side of shells. This one, I have reached my first side of shells, and I'm going to chain 1. Well, you are going to excuse me for that burnt sound that is in the background of my video. Well, I have nothing to do about that, and I needed to record this tutorial today. So after chaining 1, I am just going to come in the middle of this shell, and I place there a shell. And for a shell, remember, I mean 2 half double crochets, chain one, and again in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. So after that I'm going to chain one and then come in the middle of our very next shell, and I place there a shell. So I chain one and then in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. After that I chain one and then yarn over in the middle of this shell, like in this chain one space, it's what I mean, and I place there a shell, 2 half double crochets, chain one, and again in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. I chain one, come do the same thing right here. I place there a shell, 2 half double crochets, chain one, and in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. So after that I'm going to chain one, I yarn over and then come on top of this very first double crochet, this one, and I place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. I come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. Well, you should place half double crochets in each and every stitch to avoid having imbalancing stitches. So I am going to do this, and when I reach the shell part I am going to do the same thing that I have done right here. So let me come back to you when I am done with this line. I am now at the start of my 4th line and I'm going to start with a chain 2. Remember, a chain 2 makes 1 half double crochet. I am now going to come in this very next stitch and I place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, come to the next one and place there a half double crochet, come to the next one and place there a half double crochet, and the next one as well, up to when I reach this point here of the shells. I'm now going to chain one, I yarn over, come, remember with shells we place shells on top of shells, and I come in the middle in this chain one space and I place there my shell, that is one half double crochet, chain one, and again in the very same space I place there 2 half double crochets. I chain one, yarn over, come in the middle of this shell and I place there a shell. I chain one, come in the middle of the next one and I place there a shell still. I chain one, I yarn over and come place a shell on top of this shell as well. So this is going to be the pattern, placing half double crochets on top of the previous half double crochets and shells on top of shells. Well, this is it, and I have made 13 lines in total. I started counting from this line, and let me hope your work looks like mine. So if the person, I'm making these shirts for a medium-sized person, but if at all you are making for a large person or XL and beyond, you can add on more lines. For instance, for a large-sized person you can add on like 1 to 2 lines, and for an XL 3 to 4, just like that. So we are now going to change our pattern and we are going to do the middle area. You are now going to get your measuring tape and you measure this area where we made normal half double crochets. So I am going to come at this point where my half double crochets started from up to where they ended, and I have 9 inches. So I am going to deduct 2 inches from the 9 inches to give me 7 inches. So when I divide the 7 inches again by 2, I am going to get 3.5 inches. And after getting the 3.5 inches, I am going to come from where my half double crochet started. I measure 3.5 inches. So I come and my 3.5 inches are going to end at this point. So if you have a stitch marker, you can use one, but since I don't have one, I am just going to use yarn of a different color to mark this point. Well, I am done marking where my 3.5 inches stop, and I am also going to come on this side and I do the same thing. So my 3.5 inches will stop at this point here. Now this leaves me with the 2 inches in the middle here. These 2 inches are the 2 inches we deducted from the 9 inches. So we are now going to be considering this area with the 2 inches. So I am going to come and I get this yarn that I used for marking out, and I bring my hook and I reattach my yarn in this stitch. After reattaching my yarn, I am going to start with a chain 2. Remember, we have been starting with a chain 2 to make 1/2 double crochet. Since I had already chained one, I'm just gonna chain one more to make it a chain 2. After that, I'm going to yarn over and then come in this very next stitch and I place there 1/2 double crochet. Come to the next one, I place there a 1/2 double crochet. I come to the next one, place there a 1/2 double crochet, and the next one as well. And when I reach this point, this stitch where I had marked, I'm just gonna come and take this yarn out and I also place here a 1/2 double crochet. After that, I am going to chain one and then turn my work. After turning my work, I am going to start by placing a 1/2 double crochet in this very first stitch. So I come right here, place there a 1/2 double crochet, come to the next one, place there a 1/2 double crochet, come to the next one, place there a 1/2 double crochet, and the next one as well. And when I reach this last one, I also place there a 1/2 double crochet. Well, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and you can leave your comment in case of anything, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Well, after that, I'm gonna chain one and then turn my work again. After turning my work, I start by placing a 1/2 double crochet in this very first stitch. Come here and place there a 1/2 double crochet, come to the next one, place there a 1/2 double crochet, and the next one as well. So I am going to do this for a total of 4 inches. At the end, I just chain one and then turn my work. And let me do this and get back to you when I am done with those 4 inches. Well, I am done with my 4 inches, as you can see, and I have made 9 lines. So we are now going to connect this part to the back part of our shorts. You are going to come to your other part of the shorts and you again do the same thing that we did before. You are going to measure, and I still have 9 inches, so I deduct 2 inches from the 9 inches to get 7 inches. I then divide these 7 inches by 2 to get 3.5 inches. So I'll have to come and measure the 3.5 inches on this side, and I mark where they stop. I also come to this side and I measure my 3.5 inches. They will be stopping right here. So I am now going to connect this part in this area with the 2 inches. So I am now going to get this part and come right here where my 3.5 inches were stopping, and I bring my hook to this other part. I am now going to be making single crochets. So for single crochets, 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, I come in the very next stitch, and also the very next one on the other side, I yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, I come to the very next one, and the very next one on the other side, I yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through that 2 loops. I do the same in these next stitches. I place there a single crochet, and the very last one as well, I come and I place there a single crochet. So after this, I am just going to chain one and then cut off this excess yarn. Well, this is what I have got, and After joining this part, I turned my work, so this part where I have joined from will be my inner part, as you can see. So we are now going to change the pattern a little bit, and I am going to come right here where my half double crochets start from, and I reattach my yarn. So I chain 1 to reattach my yarn. After that, I am going to chain 1 more to make it 2 chains, and remember 2 chains equate to 1/2 double crochet. I chain 1 more to make it 1/2 double crochet, and I chain 1. I am now going to yarn over. I skip this next stitch and come to the next one and place there a half double crochet. Again chain 1, skip 1 stitch, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, skip 1 stitch, come to the next one, and I place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, skip 1 stitch, come to the next one, place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and come to the next one, and I place there a half double crochet. I chain 1. So when I reach this middle area, I am going to be placing the half double crochets at the end of each and every line of half double crochet. So I'm going to skip this part and come at the end of this line, and I place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, skip this and come at the end of the line and place there a half double crochet. I chain 1. Hope you're getting me. I skip the middle part and come at the end of the line. When I reach the shell area, I already chained 1. I am still going to be doing the same thing that we've been doing before. I am just going to be placing shells on top of the previous shells. So this is my second half double crochet. I chain 1, come on top of the next shell and place there a shell. So let me do this and get back to you when I am done with this line. I have reached the end of the line, so I'm just going to come on top of this chain 2 that I made, and I slip stitch. So after slip stitching, I am going to chain 1 and then cut off this excess yarn. So I am now going to come and do the same thing that I have done with this mesh line. This is a mesh line. I'm just going to come and do this mesh line on this other side using the same pattern. So let me get back to you after that. So well, I am done with my other side, and I have made a chain already for my waistband. You make a chain just like how we started with making a chain. I am now going to come and show you how to briefly put this in your waist. I am going to be using these holes that we have. So I'm going to be pulling it in and out, in and out, all around. Well, we've come to the end of our tutorial today. Thank you very much for watching it to the end, and for those who have subscribed, I am so grateful. Just keep it up. You can leave a comment in case of anything, and bye bye. Let me meet you again in my next tutorial.